Welcome on into Studio B for the first time tonight. Kevin Mchale's a little ticked off. He wanted to be on camera earlier in the show, but we had to get through all of the headlines tonight.
Can I add something here? When you introduce Kevin Mchale to Hall of Fame, can I get something maybe played on the most teams? Something I need something else just besides it just goes from highlight to nothing.
I know. I do struggle with that. Yeah. So because of that, we have a special segment dedicated to you later in the show.
Okay.
We do.
We're
going to honor you tonight.
All right.
Fantastic.
A special anniversary for you tonight.
See, if you ask, you shall receive.
Yeah, exactly.
No question.
He is Jim Jackson. I am Jared Greenberg. Welcome to the program. So we've spent the better portion of the last week all having a conversation about what happened last Tuesday night in San Antonio. And now the final word has come down from the commissioner's office. I think as most people anticipated, they're not going to replay the last 7 minutes and 50 seconds. They're not going to overturn the victory for the Spurs and give it to the Rockets. Your reaction to what came out today?
Well, I got the right there, the Rockets protest thing and what the league sent out. So really what the league said is the Rockets had sufficient time to overcome our terrible call in the remainder of the fourth quarter and two subsequent overtime periods. So they suck worse than we suck. And that's what they should have said because, I mean, if you're not good enough to overcome our crappy calls, what the hell are you doing playing? Well, how would you write this? Why wouldn't you just write the protest was not granted?
Yeah.
And it's, really? Like, they're worse than we are.
But
we may suck, but you suck worse.
But they did. You know, Houston submitted this as they knew they weren't going to win it, but they kind of stick it to the NBA to admit that they were wrong. So the NBA just said, okay, yeah, we were wrong, but you had a chance to still win the game, and you didn't take care of it. So,
but like I'm saying, like, you know what? We may stink, but you're way worse because you can't overcome our bad calls.
Yeah,
you can't write that. That is ridiculous.
So here's the play.
Oh, my goodness.
James Harden. Listen, you look here. Harden even thinks he misses it.
But that's why you got three officials on the court. You should be able to correct this. When anything that goes towards the basket, a shot taken, you should be able to review and correct that.
Yes, and look, if they were arguing over this thing, and Mike D'Antoni was there fighting like crazy to get a replay, the whole thing was botched. But the thing that's worse is the response from the league. Like, you can't say that. Just say we did not grant their protest.
Here's what you have to like from the league: the fact that they admitted that every part of this was wrong, right? The officials missed the call. Yeah. They misapplied the challenge rule, right? So they're owning up to it, and they're saying, listen, people make mistakes. But what I think they don't want to overshadow this is that is not why you lost the game, that you were leading by 20.
But they don't have to say that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're the league, they don't have to kind of dumb it down a little bit in order to take a shot back at the Rockets, who they know purposely submitted.
When you start your thing, the Rockets had sufficient time. When you start that, that's the way that you're going to announce it. As I said, you guys suck worse than we do. You cannot do that. That irritates me.
What's that, Commissioner?
Adam. Okay, all right. I get another call.
Yes, Kevin Mchale will be done. We have the game, yes. And he'll be, yes. He'll be available at 8:10 Eastern to chat with you.
I just think, honestly, there was a different way to word this. When I first read this, I just went, there's no way the league did that.
Yeah.
I thought somebody
had to approve that, too. Now, somebody may have written it.
Now,
somebody said, no, that's good.
That's good, yeah, I'm with you. Well, I wanted the guy who said that's good, yeah. Bad enough the guy that wrote it.
The statement that's coming out is the one on you. Right now. Kevin Mchale, the Hall of Famer.
The Hall of Famer. The Hall of Famer.
Can they take that away from you?
They might after this.
Limelight presented by Corona Extra. Did you recognize that the Milwaukee Bucks are hot? They won 14 in a row tonight. They'll go for a 15th straight win. We have them on NBA TV. You have the Bucks and you have the Magic coming up just after 8 o'clock Eastern when Kevin Mchale will be in the office getting screamed at. You have something positive you want to say about the way Giannis has been playing?
Yes, of course. I like Giannis, and I like the Bucks. I think they're going against the Magic, who are starting to find a little bit of a way to score a little bit more. But the Magic started off this season just not being able to score at all. But, the Bucks are just going to keep putting it on you. Any turnover that happens, they get an open court. Giannis is unstoppable. If you make a mistake in any kind of his pick and rolls, especially when he's setting the pick, and give him that little pocket pass, and he has an angle going to the basket, he dunks it on you. He lives in the paint, and he's actually making some threes now, which is really scary. And the thing I really like about him, he'll take a couple threes. He misses them. He quits taking them. He's like, you know what, man, my bread is buttered in the paint, and he just attacks. So I really like the way the Bucks are playing, and I mean, they haven't lost in over a month. I mean, that's a long time in the NBA.
Well, that's great focus, though. This is a team that I think, by losing last year, have so much more to prove to themselves.
Yeah.
Not just the fans, but to themselves that they can get it done. And why not take advantage of it? In particular, we're going to judge them, too, not by just the wins, but who you beat and how you beat them. Okay, that's losing to bad teams, like we talked about earlier. You take care of the business you're supposed to, play who's in front of you. So what they did to the Clippers, because they were locked in. And Giannis himself, I think, has fueled that fire. And defensively holding teams through this streak to 105 points, I think says a lot in their dedication to, we're going to beat you down offensively. Defensively, we're going to shut you down. And right now they're on pace, I think, with their points per game margin, 13.3 or something, to maybe pass the 71-72 Lakers who had that, scoring defensively. So that just says they're dedicated to what they're doing offensively and defensively.
All right, take us through what you're seeing Giannis is doing.
Oh, just playing at an MVP level like he did last year. But now what I'm starting to see a little bit with Giannis is this what I'm talking about. If you make a mistake, look at the whole left side is cleared out, and it's over. It's just too late. You've got to be all the way back over here. Again, you're going to see him. He comes in here. They put 2 on the ball. Now, someone should tell Lopez to dive. But anyways, if he does make him a little more room. But he finds the open guy. And when you have 2 on you, finding the open guy, he's so big, it's easy for him just to throw the ball over the top. And again, watch, clear the backside on a simple play, and you go back. Any lob you throw is amazing. So all that backside guys moves a little bit up. They throw it to Giannis. He's like the ultimate just bailout if you're playing with him. You can throw the ball anywhere, and he'll go get it. But the thing I like about him the best is any kind of broken court situation, he is absolutely coming downhill. He's not settling. He's not going to pull up. He's going to force you to stop him. And a lot of times, Jimmy, it takes 2 guys to stop him in a break. You've got to pinch him. And even with that, he's got that ability to spin and go up and dunk on him. He's playing at an unbelievable level right
But
now.
2 things I love, and those 2 clips, except for the double team, a lot of the area he had to operate, he had space to operate in.
Yeah.
So the coaching staff puts the offense set up enough where Giannis has the room to operate without having a lot of traffic. And when he does, he makes the right play. The second part, Jared, you talked about this, the 3-point shooting. The willingness now to take that shot. Unlike Ben Simmons, okay? He said, I'm going to work on it all summer, but I'm just not going to leave it on the practice floor. I'm going to bring it to the game. So when he knocks 1 or 2 down, you have to honor it somewhat and move up. That opens up the other aspects of his game. So I love the fact that he's even attempting to take those shots.
And the last couple of games, we've seen some really deep threes, too.
Yeah.
But why work on it if you're not going to take it?
Right.
Have the confidence that, okay, I may miss one, but you know what, the next one is going in.
All right, we'll see the Bucks and we'll see the Magic coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern right here on NBA TV. We mentioned Gordon Hayward back. How about John Morant? Good to see him coming back tonight. Ooh, he's been labeled as week to week. Remember a couple of weeks ago he landed on a camera sitting baseline. Those things are dangerous under the basket there. And Morant had been suffering from some spasms. Looks like he will play tonight against the Warriors. Underway here, got the Clippers without Kawhi. Here's Paul George back at the field house. Driving to the cup early on 4-4. We'll continue to check in on this game. You can watch it over on League Pass. Getting you set for a big one tonight on NBA TV. Got Giannis, the MVP, on our air. Game tips off just after 8 Eastern, 7 Central, live on NBA TV. Game Time Live coming back.
Hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, as we mentioned, Gordon Hayward back in action. Cleveland Cavaliers, however, have lost 6 in a row. And is he on the hot seat? Head coach.
Woo! Hot seat. Let me see. It's only how many games?
Right, exactly.
He has 5 years on his contract. He is not on anybody's hot seat.
Great perspective, Candace.
5 years on it. You sign a coach for 5 years and you fire him within 20 games. Come on, please. Not happening.
So the 47-point loss, fifth worst in Cavs history. That's of note. Lost 12 of their last 13 games after starting 4-5. And because of who is playing tonight, we're going to welcome in a very special guest. We're going to welcome in Shams Charania. How are you?
Stephanie,
of the
Steve,
Athletic?
Candace.
Excellent.
Hope you guys are good.
Fantastic.
Everybody's doing great here.
Thanks so much.
So listen, we want to get right to the meat of things. The article you wrote talked a little bit about the Cavs and players, I don't want to use the word disgruntled, but maybe not totally pleased with their current situation. Elaborate on what's going on there in Cleveland.
Yeah, Candace is right. John Beilein is in year 1 of a 5-year contract. He's not going to be fired or on the hot seat, but there's no doubt there's Cleveland Cavaliers players from every sector of the locker room, veterans, younger players, that are essentially bristling over John Beilein coaching this team like it's a college team, whether it's harping on fundamentals, long video sessions, and just overall his treatment of their schemes has just been too much like college than it is to really, elevate itself. And now he's an NBA coach, and so that's going to be a transition in itself. And I think a part of John Beilein believed that the transition to the NBA would be a little bit more easier. He could be a little bit more hands-on, just as hands-on as he was in college, but it just doesn't always work that way in the pros, and he's starting to realize that. And the Cavs are going to, their plan is to double down on John Beilein. He's their coach, and that might mean trading some of the veteran players that they have on the roster, whether it's Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, Jordan Clarkson, but he's their coach. There's no